Sun's gonna come up soon, and it's time for monsters to go to bed. But someone had asked me recently if I could make a video at some point explaining how I slow down mania. And then Grizz, hi Grizz, good morning when you get up. But shh, don't get me all riled up, Grizz. Grizz said have thumbnails ready for some things, so that if you get in the right mood and you just want to, like, you're in the right mood to go on live and talk about something, you're ready to go. And so I should be in bed right now. I ran on high speed for too long. Not excessively too long, the right amount of too long. I did this on purpose. This was calculated use of mania and running my engine on high for a while to get some shit done. But I've been working like 12 to 16 hour days. Today I worked 14 and a half hours straight with nothing more than like piss breaks or 5-minute breaks between tasks. And I pushed myself a little too late tonight to be able to get to sleep properly, which this is the point where I say, okay. Also, God bless you, Gloff. Gloff stepped up tonight to help me with something, which also gets, something off my plate. So it was one thing I was trying to get taken care of better before I slowed down. Yeah, and so tonight I pushed eating right back till like 2 in the morning to get all this shit done. So I worked for like 14 and a half hours straight, and then I even nursed my coffee because I didn't have time to put on a pot of coffee between shit. So after I'd finished eating and it was time to calm down and go to sleep, I took all my sedatives. I'm trying to talk calm. I'm trying to slow things down because the sun's getting brighter. And so monsters have to go to bed. But I could so easily puff up and display that Kong energy that got me through the day. I've been fucking like on fire over the past couple days getting shit done. No, see. Shh. So when I hit myself with tranquilizers, they barely fazed me. And so I didn't pull out my pharmaceuticals, my prescribed sleeping pills tonight, because I've used them 2 nights in a row to get myself calmed down after 16 hours. But tonight I just took my maximum dose of melatonin. And that's like, yeah, just hitting Kong with a tranquilizer dart right now. Shh. So if you're bipolar and you reach this point where when you go to shut down at the end of the night, you find that you see it starting to get light out. And you could really easily imagine just skipping a night's sleep. That's time to slow down. And so that doesn't mean I'm stepping back from the channel right now or anything. I'm going to ease off and slow down. So I'm going to keep working throughout the week. But I'm not going to bust my ass the way I have been. I'm going to do things at a more relaxed pace. I'm going to take time to meditate. I'm going to take time to go out with the past couple days, I've even just been giving myself like 5 to 15 minutes to run outside and feed the birds the past 2 days. And then today I was so busy, I didn't even get around to just going outside and throwing out seed and walking back in. But I got so much done. And you won't see the results of that immediately on the channel, but things are coming together. And so I've already got a certain amount of shit scheduled for this week, but in that loose, chaotic way that those of you who are in the community know I operate, where I say, you know, let's talk in the next couple days type thing. And so I've got a few balls in the air that I want to keep in the air. And that's fine. I can handle that. That's still slowing down for me compared to what I've been doing. So what I've been doing is I toss the balls up in the air for the day. And if something ends early, I send out a couple messages to see who's around, and I just jump into another meeting. And if I'm waiting 15 minutes for another meeting, I'm going on and checking messages or checking, you know, trying to reply to comments on the chat. Shh, Mercury. Doesn't matter what I got done right now. I don't need to show any. Yeah, shh. This isn't about describing how mighty we are when we're manic and what we can get done. This is about how to get the monsters to sleep. So calm and peaceful thoughts. I know, you know, this is for at the moment, I'm going to talk to someone else hypothetical that's watching into the future because they're manic and they can't get to sleep. And it's different if you're having hard times, but things are going good for me. So I'm going to address it from the point of view of if somebody's manic and everything's going well, they're not fucking things up because they've learned how to handle their mania. And so they're funneling it into a project, or, you know, they're just out living life to the fullest, but they're not taking unhealthy risks and they're not doing things that are damaging to themselves or others. Beyond, I know it's hurt. You know, it's hard to work this hard, but don't worry. I'm going to take extra good care of myself later. I'm a lunatic. This is how I operate. And I don't recommend this for anyone else. To push yourself to this level, you want to have a lot of training in mindfulness and calming yourself down. So shh, doesn't matter how exciting everything was. You got it done for the day. It doesn't matter that you feel superhuman. I didn't want to eat, but I forced myself to eat and it was difficult, but I ate the minimum amount responsible. And for me, eating once a day is a normal thing anyway. What do the kids call it nowadays? Intermittent fasting. So my healthy schedule is intermittent fasting. The only mistake I made, and it wasn't even a mistake, I did it calculated. I just had so much to do. But I pushed it too late in the day on purpose. But also the other reason I pushed myself so hard today was Gloff stepped up and took some shit off my plate. So I was like, if I can push through today, and not just him, everyone I had meetings with today, you understand that today's meetings weren't about me giving therapy to people. Today's meetings, unless I'm fuck, no, my brain's not working right. Maybe there was a little therapy mixed in that I was doing today, but mostly it was like channel business, trying to establish connections, business meetings, and some people stepped up and like, thank you so much to everyone. And I don't know who wants to get named, but fuck, like, so if I'm not naming you, it's because I haven't asked. And sorry, Sally and Gloff, but I'll just use you as examples. Sally and Gloff and everyone else who's volunteering right now. Okay, fucking thanks. Like Sally, I saw what you're doing on Discord, even though I didn't message you about it, I messaged him. But anyway, fucking thanks, guys. I feel like I've hit a little hump here, and I'm going to keep pushing because I'm going to push right through the summer. Although at some points in the summer, I may need to take a couple days of silent retreat to cool myself off. But as much as I've run myself too hard today, I can tell I'm at the point where I can just slow down. If I had needed to, if Gloff hadn't been able to meet with me yet and some other meetings hadn't happened, I would be able to run at this pressure for another day or two. But if I did that, then I would need a silent retreat to get out of it. I'd need a couple days of intensive care if I run this far into the red for too much longer. And enough has gotten accomplished. I see no reason to push myself any closer to that cliff edge. So shh. Monsters can calm down now. I'm going to try to go a bit more relaxed, and I'll still be, well, I don't know exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. I might crash a bit so that just doing the minimum's dragging a bit, but my guess would be, based on these feelings, that The animals in the zoo inside aren't going to let me sleep well tonight. I'm going to have active dreams, unless I'm mistaken, and I'm going to wake up pretty on fire tomorrow. So what it'll be all day is, instead of adding any more coal to it, I'm not going to try to put the fire out because I think I'm okay right now. I'm overheating, but I haven't been overheating for too long. So it'll just be a matter of slowing the fire down, letting it burn up a bit, but I won't be throwing more energy in tomorrow because we've gotten a little bit more caught up on things, and some other people are doing things behind the scenes for me. And especially because I'm not thinking real clearly, I don't want to start like thanking people too much and talking about people sort of publicly who've been helping me privately. So I'll just say things are going well despite, oh, and also like that recent breakdown I showed, that was just to demonstrate how I process emotions, because those little breakdowns are a part of this as well. But I got through today without crying at all. Like today I worked all day, I busted my ass, and I didn't have a breakdown. I was on point all day. There's other days where it's like I work for 14 hours, but at one point I have to take a break for half an hour to have a breakdown and pull myself together and go back to work. But that didn't happen today. So things are going good. I ate the biggest meal that I could a while ago, and I'm full. That's a step. I should have exercised today. This was all intellectual work, so advice for someone else like this: you don't fucking do it this late at night. You're getting manic, you're working on shit, you want to start sleeping more, make sure you eat a lot, grounding foods, and you know what's good for you. We all have different bodies. You know what's good for you to eat to bring yourself down. Have a good, full, healthy meal, whatever's good for you. And start exercising early in the day. This has all been mental and spiritual and magical effort on my part. I haven't gotten any exercise. And then as excitement shit comes up, just, okay, that's okay. We'll deal with it tomorrow. And the sun's getting brighter. Well, no, not the sun's up, but the edge of the sky is getting brighter. I can tell the sun's going to come up in however long. So soon I'm going to go up to bed, and I've got nice fucking heavy blackout curtains. So I'm going to crawl into my cave and roll the stone across the door and block out the world. But those of you who are bipolar or have experienced mania know I'm going to just be lying there with a carnival going on inside at first. Hello, Tarot for Self-Knowledge. I recommend everyone checks out Tarot for Self-Knowledge. They're putting out excellent content at the moment. Don't get me all excited, so don't tell me good news. I'm trying to calm the monsters down. The sun's coming up. I worked for 14 and a half hours straight today. I worked way too late, so I only ate dinner like 2 hours ago. And I've been working too many 12 to 16 hour days. So I'm sharing with everyone what to do when you've let King Kong loose so that you could get work done. And then you're trying to calm them down. So I hit myself with like a full dose of melatonin. I took 10 milligrams and I didn't fucking feel it. I took that over an hour ago. That should have kicked in. And I'm not feeling it at all. I could just roar and not go to sleep tonight. But that's irresponsible when you're like me. So I'm trying to get Kong to sleep. I'm trying to get the carnival shut down. I'm trying to get the last drunks out of the bar that are still running around screaming in my head. And so I'm a lot more active inside than I'm trying to show, but I'm trying to get myself calmed down. And so someone else that I was talking to before deals with mania. Try to breathe more slowly. Try to do that belly breath shit that Dr. Amate talks about. Fucking relax your muscles and do a guided meditation or something. So that's right. I was talking about crawling into my crypt and rolling the stone across. So I'm going to take the carnival to bed, and Kong's not responding to sedatives. So I'm going to take him and I'm going to lie down in bed and I'm going to meditate. I'm going to focus on relaxing all. Fucking people know how to meditate. You relax and you breathe and you go inward and then just go calm. And if I can't get Kong to sleep, I'm going to take him into the astral realm. And then I'm going to direct my body as I get this nonsense out of my body. I'm going to direct my body to calm down. I'm going to see if I can just fall asleep from the astral realm. So I'm going to go up there and deal with all the folks who are active inside. I'm going to use active visualization techniques, I suppose, is what an atheist would call it. Those of you who know we're in a multidimensional reality know that astral projections is good a metaphor as anything. But I'm going to go up there. I'm going to it's kind of like in the Avengers movie when Black Widow's trying to get the Hulk to turn back. So she starts singing him whatever song. I'm going to go up and lie in the dark, control my breathing, nice and steady. I'm going to go somewhere about calm and healing. I'm going to discuss with the creatures inside and my angel that we've gotten enough accomplished. We're not going on break because we're being responsible here. We could push for another day or two. So I don't need a silent retreat. But it is time to slow down a little. I got to start taking an hour or two of meditation every day for a couple days at least. I got to spend a bit of time with the wildlife every day. And I got to start cutting myself off earlier in the day, giving myself a few hours at the very end of the day to start cooling down. See if I can get myself where I'm sleeping, 8 hours a night and where I can get up and relax. Because what I've been doing the past couple days is I get up out of fucking bed. Today, I checked messages quickly before going to the bathroom so that I could think about making a response while going to the washroom. Which, fuck, did I get a lot done. But you can only run like that so far. So enough of that nonsense. I'm going to do work at a reasonable pace for a few days now. But yeah, so tips for cooling yourself down. Make sure you eat enough. Get as much sleep as you can. And if I can, I'll try to get a night of 10 or 12 hours. If I can do that, it might take me a couple nights to slow down so I can get a good 10, 12 hours sleep. But after doing that, I can start pushing myself a little harder again. Responsibly, but also, if you're new to managing this shit, don't try to do what I'm doing. As soon as you're manic, put the fucking brakes on. I'm a professional lunatic, and I'm a decade trained in this nonsense. But if you're already manic and you didn't choose to go there the way I let it, I could have backed off earlier. Gotta fucking eat. You gotta exercise and you gotta calm yourself down. I don't care how brilliant that novel is. I don't care about the symphony in your head. If you're at the point you can't slow down, then that shit's gotta wait. No. If you're so fucking genius, you can push past this level, you don't need this fucking video. So, yeah, no, I don't care how great it is. Get a couple nights sleep first. Focus on things that calm you. Be mindful of everything you're doing. I'm going to drink less coffee over the next couple days. Not no coffee, because then I go into caffeine withdrawal. But I'm going to ease off on it. I'm going to try to get exercise early in the day, which means that I can't book my whole fucking day out. So, yes, I am going to talk to you tomorrow. If you're watching in the morning, I won't mention. But maybe just you. And then I'll get some exercise. I'll get some time outside. And then I'll come in and talk to whoever else in the evening might be expecting. And so I'll do a couple things, but I'm going to take that fucking time to get some exercise early in the day. Spend some time in nature, and I'm going to do some meditation time. I've been too busy to do it. Fuck, there's other things. It's the music that calms you down. Also, the thoughts that get you riled up. Don't think about anything that makes you angry. If it's late at night and you need to go to sleep, now's not the time to fix anything. Also, I don't care how unfair what they did to you was. Now's not the time to plan your revenge. Now's not the time to go through in your head as though you've got a judge in front of you listening who wants you to explain why everyone else is wrong. Also, now's not the time to be getting nagged by your conscience. So clean up your act so that you don't also have a guilty conscience. At least I don't have that too. So my problem's not any of that stuff I just mentioned. My problem is I have so many good ideas. And there's so much to do. It's like infinite. But okay, maybe I'm superhuman, but not when I'm in this body. So you got to be careful with this body when you realize that you're superhuman and that your astral form or whatever, your soul's eternal and that you have access to infinite energy. Because you're also in a human body. So it doesn't matter that you suddenly think you don't need to eat and you don't need to sleep. And I get it. You're stronger, like literally. I get it. You can suddenly like just walk for 3 days straight without sleeping. That doesn't mean you're not burning out that body you're running and you're going to pay for it later. That's the other thing is you saw a couple days ago that crying breakdown I had and the way I wasn't surprised. I had to process that. That's the other thing that you're doing when you run yourself this hard intentionally is you know you're going to hit those drops. I've learned to process my emotions very quickly. So I can go through that quickly. But in the past, that little breakdown I had on camera the other day where I did kind of this, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go live and talk about what I'm doing with my emotions, how I'm managing myself. That was just me fitting in a breakdown. And the amount of energy and emotion I processed there, that used to take me a day. I can fit that into a little break now. It's the same thing with the way I'm running my fucking mania, and I'm talking about just slowing down a little, or like the way I'm running this shit is after years and years and years of dedication where like I was doing it professionally. The government paid me to do nothing but manage my bipolar for the past decade. The government have paid me to just meditate as much as I need to and to pursue my training. So that's why I push myself so hard now. I'm not sharing the idea of pushing yourself this hard because if you're at my level, you don't need to watch a video like this. You're here because I'll put something in the description tomorrow so that people know this is about how to calm mania. All I could do is, luckily Grizz earlier today was like, get some fucking thumbnails ready. So I just did that and typed the first nonsense that came into my head for the title. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, I know it feels like you're superhuman, but you're going to fucking pay for that. You're going to have an emotional crash later. Also, I almost killed myself in my mania in 2009. Like when I got dragged into the hospital, it's because I believed I was superhuman and didn't need to eat or sleep anymore. And I fell into a psychotic break so extreme that I experienced the end of the world, more realistic than a mushroom trip or like an acid trip. And I lost so much weight, it was months of me barely eating. And at the end, I was not eating at all for the last week. And I was not sleeping at all anymore for days and days. And my reality broke. And I smashed up a whole house while I believed it was floating in deep space. And I ended up with like running around naked in my yard, bloody, because I'd accidentally cut myself, but I was feeling superhuman. So I didn't feel any pain. And I was locking doors and running through them and breaking windows and jumping off the roof and running around in circles. Then I ended up screaming at cops that I knew they were sent by the devil to kill me and that I wasn't going to bow to them and they could go ahead and kill me. And like the doctors after were like, well, you know, especially like after they'd found out like how long I'd been living the way I was living and like with the weight loss and shit. The doctor said I would have just died if no one had brought me in. Like if I had been as isolated Like, if I'd been isolated enough that there was nobody around to take me in at that point, I would have just kept running around in deep space, thinking I was superhuman until I died. So this isn't something to fuck around with, and I'm not being casual as I push myself so hard here. So don't fuck around with this shit if you don't know what you're doing. Don't push yourself beyond where you have control anymore. It's only appropriate to allow, or especially, like even to allow, especially to encourage mania. That's only appropriate if you do it to the point where you can pull yourself back and where you have a realistic expectation of what to do, how long it will take you. Because once you pass that point where you're no longer in control, then you're out of control, and then you can't get back anymore. Then you're the world's fucking problem. And you're going to run around until you fucking either just crash into a depression and hopefully somebody finds you, or like you're going to run yourself into exhaustion or whatever. We fucking die. This is deadly. So don't fuck around with this shit if you don't know what you're doing. But if no fault of your own, if you're trying and you've ended up really, really mad, then nothing I just said applies to you. Like if you're stuck where this mania comes in on you and you're trying to figure out how the fuck to control it, okay, I'll end there because the sun's coming up. Fuck, it's beautiful. It's so foggy. Oh, I wish you could see this. It's getting brighter, which is time for monsters to go to bed. I don't want to get hit by direct sunlight before I've slept. What was my point? My point was that I won't even try to make this video any better at this point. If you've watched to this point, you need to know how to slow down mania. If you need to know how to prevent psychotic breaks, or if you feel one fucking coming on, you don't know who to trust, like to talk to about that shit, join our Discord. There's no link in the description of this video tonight. I'll put it up tomorrow. But if one of you few people watching is actually thinking like, fuck yeah, what do I do? Look at any of our other videos. I just fixed all the descriptions, so the Discord link is active. If you're dealing with this bullshit, join our Discord, and you can do two things. You can message me directly. The other is we have a support thing, like a spot where if I'm not around, right there, what your problem is, like, hey, I'm having trouble with this. And if there's a community member who's good at listening or who's dealing with the same thing or whatnot, or is willing to like fill in for me until I'm around again. I have had some community members tell me they want to volunteer and help people. So just write in support if you need help from anyone as soon as possible. But also, like, reach out if you have someone in your real life. Like, go see a psychiatrist or your priest, or tell your mom or whatever if you're struggling. Tell your spouse. Tell your kids. Like, if I'm talking right now to someone old, fuck, you guys get what I mean. But if on top of getting help everywhere you can, you're still fucking struggling, come join our community. It's not instead of anything else. And if you're a fucking lunatic like me and you can't talk to anyone but me, that's cool. I do private sessions that are 100% free. I do as many of them as I can. Join our Discord and you just right click on my name and hit like message or whatever. You can send me a private message there. Sometimes when I'm doing self-care, I'm really busy. I can't get back right away. So especially if you're really in crisis, reach out elsewhere too. Yeah, okay. I got to go put my own oxygen mask on. But that means I'm going to be here later to help other people put their oxygen masks on. So I know most people watching this, like in just a little while, will be getting up. But that's okay. We can be on different wavelengths and still love each other, right? So I'm still going to end this on a good night, even though, fuck it, I'll do both. For any monsters like me that are up till sunrise, okay, shh. Time to go crawl in your coffins and crypts in caves, and we're all going to meditate and calm down and take good care of ourselves. And we might wake up full of energy and want to just jump out of bed. But we'll give it a minute and see if we can get back to sleep. And if not, let's just take some quiet time and some breathing when we first get up. Let's try to take it a little bit more slowly tomorrow. And for those of you who woke up to this fucking nonsense and watched it all, good morning. I'll meet you in tomorrow after I sleep for a while. But the way my mind works, it isn't tomorrow yet, even though technically it's 4:29 a.m. To me, it's 4:29 at night in what you consider last night. So I'll meet you in tomorrow after I climb out of my crypt. I hope everyone has a great day. Part of me thinks like, fuck, I hope nobody finds this useful, because I hope nobody's struggling so fucking much that they need me as a lifeline. But I also think, fuck, I think there are people out there struggling. So if you're one of them, fuck, if you need a lifeline, if you're so fucking weird that I'm the best lifeline for you right now, reach out. I can't save anyone here, but I can help you help yourself, and we'll also find other ways for you to find the help you need. Just like me, I can't do this channel alone. That's why I'm recruiting people. We'll help each other, and we'll help each other find the help we need, and we'll accept support, and we'll all do our best and aim at the good. And fuck, the birds are awake. So Kong wants to run around. So I'm going to go lie down now. And I wish everyone whatever kind of blessing lines up for you. So if it's a good night, may you sleep well and heal. Whatever you need as you sleep, or if you're just waking up and you need a blessing for the day. Let everyone's higher power bless them with whatever's best for them. That's good enough. Okay, shh. Time to go to bed, Kong.